कमेंट
Hello,
बॉक्स में।
hi friends, how are you? Must be fine and enjoying the English language. Must have enjoyed very well the participles. Now, today we are taking up infinitive and gerund, one of the most important grammatical factors. So, it would be helpful for you not only for the communicative English but also attempting competitive questions on gerund, infinitive and participle, the previous material and this one. आपको सब में हेल्पफुल रहेगा. As far as gerund and infinitive are concerned, it is different from participles that we have earlier studied, gone through, right? See, what is infinitive and gerund? Infinitive or gerund is a verbal noun. See, it is verbal noun. Your participle that you studied earlier were verbal adjective. They function as a verb as well as a adjective, means qualifying a noun or pronoun and also functioning as a verb. Here, the gerund and infinitive is a verbal noun, means it functions as verb denoting action. Okay, means each of the two functions as verb and as a noun at the same time. At the same time, as a verb and as a noun. As per the nature of the verb, infinitive or gerund denotes action while taking object in transitive verb. Surely there would be an object after a transitive verb, right?
Yes.
So, denoting action or in transitive verb taking object, the gerund and or infinitive functions as a verb and also as a noun in form of a subject or object in a sentence. Okay, in a sentence we can use them as a subject, means the noun, or as an object, also as a noun. Here it functions as noun, called noun. However, formation of each of the two grammatical factors is different from each other. Okay, their function, their nature is the same, but the formation is different. As infinitive is formed with to the first form of the verb. How to form to infinitive? Just putting to the first form of the verb. That is called infinitive form of the verb. While gerund is formed with ing to the first form of the verb. Okay, while forming gerund form of the verb, just put ing to the. Now, it hasn't to do anything with continuity. Earlier, I noted that ing form denotes continuity of the action. No, it is not here. It is the gerund form where it has nothing to do with the continuity.
Okay.
Okay, so by putting ing to the first form of the verb, we form gerund, and to the first form of the verb, we form infinitive.
Okay.
So again, I have in bracket explained the difference between infinitive and gerund and participle. What is? Infinitive gerund is a verbal noun while participle is a verbal adjective. That needs to be kept in mind while attempting questions, competitive questions, using them practically. Literally, to be more precise, if we speak, finite means limited. Okay, let us elaborate it more precisely so that you can understand it well. Your concept should be very clear.
Okay.
Finite means limited, like verb speak. Single word speak is a finite word and it is limited because single verb is limited or dependent to subject to make a sense, because this single speak word eventually is limited to subject, dependent to subject to make a sense, because singular speak makes no sense,
Yes.
right? Whereas infinitive means unlimited or independent. So it is to infinitive that renders a verb unlimited scope or independence. Means when we add to the first form of the verb, it is now no longer limited to the subject, dependent to the subject, and singularly this phrase, these two words, to speak, makes sense. To speak, bolna.
Yes.
In itself it means bolna in Hindi. To speak. Okay.
Okay.
So to speak is not limited to the subject and makes sense without requiring a subject. Makes sense without requiring a subject. Clear?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now, let us see how we can use these infinitive and gerund in our communicative English, in writing English, forming the answers, questions, writing some essay, story, or anything. So, they are used in step by step as a subject, and later I am going to explain. So, how they are used, let us see. As a subject, infinitive and gerund as a subject. In class 10th, 11th, or 12th, the students are asked to write a sentence using infinitive or gerund as a subject, as an object, or maybe asked to mark the infinitive and gerund at what capacity it is there in a sentence. That can be asked.
Yes.
ओके मतलब कैसे भी पूछा जा सकता है, वो जब एक बार समझ में आ जाएगा तो किसी भी तरह से पूछा जाए, और कोई सा भी सेंटेंस हो, हम अपने वी आर इन द कैपेसिटी टू अटेम्प्ट इट, टू डू इट. सो एज ए सब्जेक्ट, और सिंपल सा फंडा है जब एज ए सब्जेक्ट हम ले रहे हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सी टू इट, देन आई वुड बी एक्सप्लेनिंग. एज ए सब्जेक्ट, see the example. It is a good habit that one leaves the bed early in the morning. Now it is a sentence, simple sentence, combined sentence. It is a good habit that one leaves the bed early in the morning. It is a sentence with that clause, right? Now, how to simplify it, to how to make it a simple sentence. So students are asked to convert a complex or compound sentence into simple sentence. So there these things are used, these methods are used. So it is a good habit that one leaves the bed early in the morning. How to convert it into infinitive, or how to speak it into infinitive and gerund?
Leaving bed early.
To leave the bed early in the morning is a good habit.
हेलो, हाँ मौसी जी नमस्ते.
To leave the bed early in the morning is a good habit. To leave is a infinitive here. So how it is functioning as a verb and as a subject, as a noun, it is also how To leave. It is a verb. To leave the bed. Bed, the noun. Here is an object to this verb to leave. So having the object bed after it, to leave functions as a verb. To leave the bed early in the morning is a good habit. What is a good habit? To leave the bed early in the morning is a good habit. So this entire to leave questions for what? What is the good habit? To leave, छोड़ना. It functions as a noun here, as a subject. Now its gerund form. Leaving the bed early in the morning is good habit. Leaving the bed early in the morning is a good habit. Just put ing in simple sentences. Now there are exceptions that we would be discussing later on. The next example, to take a long walk in the morning keeps one healthy and sound. To take a long walk in the morning keeps one healthy and sound. Gerund form, taking a long walk in the morning makes one healthy and sound. Simple. So, in routine communication, what you need to do to communicate something in gerund and infinitive form, pick up the action. Pick up the action. Like speaking English is easy, but to write is a bit difficult. But to write is speaking, right? Listening English material regularly makes your English sound perfect, right? To listen to, infinitive. So it is clear, just pick up. Building this house took a long time, certainly. To build this home had taken a long time, took a long time. While one is moving from Kota to Jaipur, he enjoys passing through the tunnel for 1.76 kilometer in Bundi.
Yes.
Right. So, enjoying the passage of tunnel by bus or by car is a wonderful experience. Enjoying. So, for constructing infinitive and gerund as a subject, you just pick up the action that you want to convey, put either to or ing form and then communicate it. Right? Now, as an object, infinitive and gerund as an object, this form is very much used. So, simply to say, here is the simple funda. While we are using gerund and infinitive as an object, it is the simple funda, simple thing. Join the two verbs in a sentence with to or put the gerund form after the had verb in the sentence. If there are two or more than two verbs in a sentence, first pick up the had verb that is to be communicated written in the tense form.
For an example.
In the tense form. and the rest of the verbs, put them either into the to form. Infinitive form means join them with to, or put in gerund form, ing form of the verb. Okay. Like, so there are the example below. However, there are some certain verbs that take conditionally either gerund or infinitive form with the head verb. But I have said that you just join two verbs with to, or put the ing form, means gerund form. So this is simple, but there are the exceptions. There are the conditions which are applicable to with some certain verbs that I have noted here. For example, you then you later find them out also in the examples of infinitive and gerund. Conditional terms would be there. Like, for example, what are the certain verbs that are conditionally taking either infinitive or gerund? Like mind, avoid, are conditionally followed by gerund. I have given two examples. Mind, the verb mind, it would be taking conditionally the gerund form. Avoid, जैसा I avoid meeting negative people. I avoid interacting negative people.
Yes.
But here we cannot say, it is wrong to say that if we say, sir has said that put the two verbs with, join the two verbs with to, I avoid to speak. No, it would be wrong. Because avoid is the verb that conditionally followed by gerund form. Would you mind giving me, would you mind giving me some snacks, some juice?
A cup of tea.
Okay, would you mind giving me? So here we cannot say, would you mind to give?
Yes.
Would you mind giving me? Because conditional. So
Gerund form.
it is gerund form as an object of verb.
Yes.
As an object. So it is also to be noted here that there are some certain verbs that take conditionally the bare infinitive, because bare infinitive also needs to be understood. Infinitive and bare infinitive. So what is bare infinitive? Bare infinitive means infinitive without to. In bare infinitive, as the word itself literally explains, bare without to.
Prohibited.
Okay, bare without to. So there are some such certain verbs like bid, let, make, help, dare, etc. that take in any condition the bare form of infinitive, the first form of the verb only. Like, he bade him farewell. He bade him farewell. उसने फिर विदा ले ली उससे. He bade him to farewell, we cannot say.
Yes.
Bid is there, second form is there, so it will be the bare infinitive, farewell. Like, let me speak to him on it. Let me speak to him on it. Let me speak. We are not putting to speak. Let me to speak. No. Let me speak. It is bare infinitive.
Let.
He helped me lift this heavy bag. He helped me lift this heavy bag. So it is not that he helped me to lift. He helped me lift this heavy bag. Clear?
Yes.
So dare. So these are the examples. General examples for infinitive and gerund as object are as follows. You can see them, some certain other examples. He loves reading comedy. He loves reading comedy. Here, object and gerund as an object. Infinitive and gerund as an object.
Okay.
He loves reading comedy. He loves what? Reading.
Reading.
Reading is gerund. Reading, what reading? Book. Comedy.
Yes.
Comedy. So here the reading functions both as a verb as well as a noun. As a verb, by taking object comedy after it. Okay. As a noun, by functioning as an object for loves. He loves what? He loves reading comedy. He loves to read comedy.
No.
He loves to read comedy. It is infinitive form.
Okay.
Previous one was the gerund form and this one is the
Infinitive.
infinitive form. He loves to read comedy. Why we have joined it with to? Because love is not conditioned to have some certain form of gerund or infinitive.
Okay. Okay.
कि भाई ये नहीं है कि भाई लव्स के बाद में आप gerund ही लगाएंगे या bare infinitive लगाएंगे. It is general sentence.
Okay.
Like earlier you were asking what are the examples. So here are these that
Okay.
more than two verbs are there, join them with to.
Okay.
Or ing form, gerund form.
Okay. I understand.
She went to market to buy some vegetables to cook for the guests. मेहमानों के लिए वह सब्जी लेने के लिए बाजार गई. वह बाजार गई ताकि वो मेहमानों को कुछ
पका.
पका करके सब्जी खिला सके, परोस सके. So, had verb here is went. That would be written in tense form.
Yes.
The other verbs would be joined either with to or ing form, gerund form. Like, he kept writing for 3 hours without a fuss. He kept writing for 3 hours without a fuss. बिना रुके हुए वो 3 घंटे तक लिखता रहा. Clear?
Yes.
Two verbs are here.
Yes.
Keep and writing. Had verb is here, keep. So, that you have put in tense.
Yes.
And the other verb, he kept to write. Now you can ask, we can write it.
Yeah.
He kept to write. But I would say it is wrong.
No, he kept
Because keep again here is
writing.
the verb that takes the conditional gerund form.
Yes.
Keep, remain, okay, stay. Eh? These are such verbs other.
Okay.
Now, you want to convey it into infinitive form. How we would be conveying it into infinitive form? He continued to write for 3 hours. Now, change the verb. Instead of keep, you have put continued. Because with continue, it can be written. And it can also, he continued writing.
Yes.
Continue is the verb that can take both. Okay, it is not like keep conditionally for gerund. Clear?
Okay, clear.
He wanted to become a doctor. See the next example. He wanted to become a doctor but happened to become a pharmacist. Okay, he wanted to become a doctor but happened to become a pharmacist. वो बनना तो क्या चाहता था? डॉक्टर. लेकिन बन क्या गया? फार्मासिस्ट बन गया. Now here I have in bracket put be. So with to infinitive, be functions as helping verb in itself. Be. Instead of become, we can put be. Okay. But he happened to be a pharmacist. Then we don't need to put this verb become. Okay. Then we don't need to put this verb become. Clear?
Clear.
But he happened to be a pharmacist. He wanted becoming a doctor, but stopped becoming a pharmacist. Gerund form.
Is it clear?
It is?
right? Is it right?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the next?
He wanted.
He wanted becoming a doctor, but stopped becoming a pharmacist. वो बनना तो क्या चाहता था? डॉक्टर, लेकिन रुक किस पे बन गया? किस
Pharmacist
क्या
बन
बन
के
करके रुक गया? वो एक फार्मासिस्ट बन के रुक गया, बैठ गया. क्लियर? तो क्लियर दिस वन?
Here can we put happen to
But happened to, but
in spite of stopped? Can we put?
yes, yes. But a doctor, but stopped becoming a pharmacist, but happened being a pharmacist. Now, earlier I suggested you be,
Be.
okay, for verb,
Yes.
for omitting verb. While we are doing the same with gerund, put being,
Yes.
but stopped being a pharmacist, but happened being a pharmacist.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Clear?
Clear.
So, these are the examples that you go through and just practice them. And tomorrow, means the next session, we would be speaking how to use the participles gerund in your common communication, in your common composition.
Okay.
Okay, without any other requirements of the grammatical structures, in simple form, how we would be using them.
Okay.
That we would be discussing with examples.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Have a good time.